Hello, welcome back to Beneficial Life Noding. In this episode, we're gonna quickly create a cage. It's actually quite simple, and this is like a classic problem. And I'm pretty sure at some point you're gonna need to model something like this. So I have this setup. I start either from using like a plane, but I can also use a n-gon. N-gon is actually a little bit more robust because you can control the number of sides. So you can start from 3 sides of cage and then increasing it 4, 5, 6, and then you can randomize because n-gon, you can randomize slightly the shape. So it's kind of interesting. But let's keep it simple and start from a plane. The way I set it up is that from plane, I'm getting the vertices and polygon mesh data, and the next thing we do is actually to separate the top and bottom part. Currently, the top and bottom is, I'll give it a different color. So I have two separate setup. For the bottom part, it's simply just an extrusion based on this plane, and it's just extruded, and we can control the height. And okay, the scaling doesn't matter too much. And what happened here at the end, I'm actually separating. I have this list join. The first one is of course 0, and the other one is for the top bit is depending on the height of the cylinder. Yeah, so this is how I set it up. For the top part, it's slightly a little bit tricky, but actually not too bad. Simply using like an offset based on the original plane. I offset it so I can have kind of like simple offset of the original plane. And the next thing I did was to remove double, just in case there's an extra vertices, and then delete loose, just to get rid of the extra vertices that's not part of the offset. And then I convert the polygon to edges. And the next thing I did was to use the polygon boom to separate all the edges. So from the original plane, I used polygon boom to separate all the edges. And then from here, I kind of use the factor interpolations. Actually, at some point over here, I can kind of delete some vertices, but because there might be some kind of overlapping, I realize. But doesn't matter. The one at the corner is probably overlapping, but I guess let me check. If we want to really clean it up, we can use a list join in here and then remove doubles. I think that should fix it. Okay, even though it's not too visible, but if I hide the bottom and top part, and then I'll show you what's going on step by step. So viewer draw. I start with a plane, of course, and then this plane I offset it. Offset, just make it smaller, and then remove double and delete loose, so I get this this kind of thing. And then polygon to edge, and polygon boom actually separating. It's not too visible, but I think it's only visible after the factor interpolations, because what we have is just a bunch of points like that. And if I back it out, it's just like a bunch of points, but there's like the corner is touching like that. That's the advantage of using the polygon boom. And what I did at the very end is just to merge all of this back together and then remove doubles, so we don't have like extra vertices at the corner. So it's just like one example. Oh, actually this one still has some points overlapping. So after remove doubles and bake it, we have this bunch of points. It shouldn't be overlapping anymore, and we can use these points to instance our cylinder for this cage. So yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty simple, but also useful. The cage currently doesn't have any door, so it's like fully sealed kind of cage. Maybe the top or the bottom part can sort of maybe the door is at the top, or maybe if you make like a boolean somewhere to give it a like some kind of door or gate. But anyhow, this is kind of like just the basic of a cage. You can make like a, if you make like slight modification, you can make a like a bird cage. Shouldn't be too hard. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this live coding. Let me know what you think. If you have any question or like a slight like a different ideas how to set this up, or maybe you want to extend this, just let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.